Hey guys! I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. As always, I'm so grateful that you guys are listening, subscribing, and commenting. I appreciate the support. And if you guys are interested in supporting me further, you're obviously welcome to do that by going on to my Patreon site and giving me $1 a month, $5 a month, whatever you guys prefer. I am still in Chiang Mai, but for some reason it's really cold here today. It's been raining nonstop and I'm freezing, so I'm wearing a sweater or like a shawl, as you can see, if you guys are wondering. In this video, I want to speak to you guys about INFJ males and their sensitivity. I've had so many of you guys, so many INFJ males, and if you guys didn't know this, INFJ males are the rarest in all of the male species. So if there are, between the 16 types, obviously INFJs are supposedly the rarest or the second rarest, something like that. But among the males, INFJs are definitely the rarest. Yeah, INFJs are the rarest, and I think INTJs and the females are the rarest. Yeah, INTJs and females are the rarest. So obviously you guys are very rare, even much more rare than INFJ females or INFJs in general, which in itself is such a small subsect of the population. And the INFJ males are even rarer than that, and that must make you guys seem like you're like you're the rarest of all, right? Like a white peacock. It's so rare to see an INFJ or meet an INFJ male that it's almost like not being there at all, right? One of the things that all of you have always complained or talked about to me is the fact that because you are more sensitive than most males out there. And I'm not saying that INFJ males are the only sensitive people out there, obviously. There are a lot of males in general who are more sensitive than others. But I find that INFJ males are the most sensitive, are much more sensitive than the general male population. And being sensitive as a female, for me, it's all right because I'm female. It's not as bad. Yes, of course, I get some flack from my family, from my acquaintances, from people around me saying that you're too sensitive, you're too girly, you have to stop being la la la. But it's fine. I'm female, so I can pull it off a little bit, right? But being a male and being a sensitive person, it is literally the worst thing that could be out there. And a lot of you guys have said this to me that you'd rather be something else. It's so much easier if you were something else because being a sensitive male on this planet, especially in this moment in time, where we're surrounded by all of this macho behavior, where everyone, all the males at least, have to be this macho bravado kind of thing, where they lift weights and they pump iron and they watch football and they use words like fag or don't be such a fag or things like that. You know what I'm saying? That kind of mentality, that kind of masculinity is so predominant in culture right now. That's one of the reasons why when I moved to Chiang Mai, I really stopped dating because I found that there was a lot of this kind of macho bravado masculinity in Chiang Mai. And a lot of the girls here call them bromads, basically like digital nomads, but bromads. And it's just that they have this kind of mentality where they go around beating their chest as if they are, primitive cavemen. And they need to do that in order to build themselves up because perhaps in this world where masculinity is so fragile, it's hard for them to feel masculine, it's hard for them to feel male unless they're able to, beat their chest or have a really loud car or a motorbike or, have one of those really huge Harley Davidsons, things like that. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, right? And so in a world like this, in a culture like this, being a sensitive male is such, I think it's one of the worst ways to live or one of the hardest things to do because you are fighting against the system in so many more ways than an INFJ female might be. Yeah, I have to deal with a lot of shit because of the fact that I'm weird and things like that. But I feel like INFJ males have to deal with so much more shit because of the fact that they're sensitive, because of the fact that they cannot or do not want to behave like those macho idiots, because they want to be sensitive, they want to understand, they want to be empathic. They are that kind of mingling, a perfect intermingling between the masculine and the feminine, right? And that balance is what everyone wants, obviously, in their life, or what they should be gearing towards. And that balance is it's found in an INFJ male, but because we live in a world right now where this balance is not really appreciated, they are put down, and there people tell them that they need to man up a little bit more, or they need to be stronger than that, or they need to stop behaving like a pussy, or they need to stop behaving like a girl, or stupid things like that. And you're just sitting there thinking, wow, as an INFJ male, you're probably thinking, I'm trying to be a good human being here. I'm trying to be nice and kind and empathic, and all I'm getting is negativity from people around me. So a lot of you guys probably have this in nature where you want to hide from the world, right? More so than, as I said, INFJ females, because as INFJ females, yeah, we receive a few negative comments, but as an INFJ male, I think you guys have to deal with a lot more flack, right? And so you obviously deal with it in many different ways. You hide from the world, you door slam people, you pretend like you're something that you're not. So a lot of you guys will probably try to hide your sensitive nature and try to emulate the men around you, which happens obviously very often. All INFJs do this. They pretend like they're something that they're not, but then we end up hiding our beauty. We end up hiding all of our good stuff, all the good parts of us, and playing these stupid roles according to society, and trying to emulate society, or trying to emulate the people in society. But really, it's the worst thing to do, because obviously we're not really taking advantage of our superpowers, right? That's one of the reasons I'm always telling you guys, yes, it's hard to be yourself in this world, especially as an INFJ. I get it. I've lived in this world for a long time, so I understand. But the main way that we can really use our gifts and really contribute to the world is by being ourselves. That's the only way, unfortunately, that we can do it. We can't do it any other way. We have to really come into our own, be authentic, live our true selves, and then work from that. That's the only way we're going to figure out what we're here to do and what we are, how we can contribute or make an impact on this planet, right? So I wanted to speak about this because if you are out there and you are feeling that this sensitivity, this part of you as an INFJ female is something, or sorry, INFJ male is something that you need to get rid of, I know I can't say this from my perspective because I'm an INFJ female and I have truly no idea what you guys are dealing with. So I can't be like, yeah, don't do that, don't hide from the world, because I don't know what you guys are dealing with. And I feel like the male species is so much more harsher on their own than the female species. Maybe not. I don't know, but I feel like that. I think guys are so much harsher on their own kind, especially with this whole thing about homophobia. And that's why I think a lot of INFJ males have to deal with even more flack, is because there's so many males, macho males out there who are homophobic, right? And so anyone who reminds them of something like that, if anyone who's a little bit more sensitive or a little bit more empathic or a little bit more feminine, instantaneously they rain down like hatred towards them, right? Even though that man might be completely heterosexual, or he might be homosexual, but he might be completely masculine still, right? It doesn't mean that just because you're a homosexual or gay that you are not masculine still, right? You still have your masculinity. And I find that a lot of gay guys are more masculine in their nature than macho guys out there, because that's just fake masculinity, at least to me, right? So there's so much involved with this whole structure that we've created for ourselves in this world: masculinity, femininity. If you're masculine, you have to behave a certain way. If you're feminine, you have to behave a certain way. And all of this, obviously, these are just rules that have been created by random people just because they want to control us, right? Now, I'm not going to tell you guys to break down all the rules and fight against the system, because it's hard. And I'm not actually going to say that that's actually the solution here. But I do recommend that you try and find a couple of people around you who allow you to be that sensitive, masculine person that you are as an INFJ male. And I'm sure you'll be able to find at least one or two people in your life who can and will allow that. Now, of course, if you can find a couple of INFJ males around you, that's even better, because you guys are going to be you're going to be of the same kind, so you can be around each other and support each other. But if not, you can find a couple of people around you who will allow you to be yourself. And try as much as possible. Obviously, at home, be yourself, and then around these people, be yourself. And if you have to play a role when you go out into the real world, well, that's just it. That's just fine. That's the way it is. You don't want to be beaten up by someone because you're too feminine or too sensitive. So if you want to hide from the real world, yeah, do it, obviously, because that's safe. You have to protect yourself. But try to find people around you, groups around you, or communities around you that you can be yourself in, because it's so important. I think that's one of the main things that I would advise any INFJ male out there is that you need to find your community, the kind of people who are going to let you be yourself, be your sensitive, empathic self without berating you and without saying that you need to change. Also, on the other hand, I want to say to INFJ females, stop saying this to other people or to the men in your life and to INFJ males that you're too sensitive. I've noticed this a lot among my friends as well, who are INFJs and non-INFJs, that they say this to the men in their life. Oh, you're being too sensitive. Stop being such a pussy. Stop crying all the time. Or stop. I wish you were stronger. I wish you were more masculine. We want our men to be sensitive, but then we get upset when they are sensitive, you know. So I really want us to also remember that, you know, they're doing this not because they want to irk us or they want to make us feel bad, because that's their personality. They are sensitive creatures, and men can be sensitive as well. It's not something that only women have have in them. Men have the sensitivity as well. Not only just INFJ males, but all males, almost all males, a lot of males. Okay. Again, I hope this makes sense to you guys. I just want to share a few of my thoughts on this subject. I know that I'm not an expert, and that's why I didn't give you guys advice, or I didn't say what I think the way should be, because I don't know. I'm not a male myself, so I can't be judging you guys or telling you what to do. I just wanted to share some of the thoughts that you guys have shared with me, and some of my own thoughts on the subject matter. This masculinity and femininity is a construct, right? And it's a very big construct right now. It's a very scary construct, actually, because we get trapped into these boxes. And I really, really want us to think about them as boxes. They're not reality-based. They're not real. Again, if you guys have any questions at all, obviously, please comment below. Obviously, I want to have a conversation with you about this. And if you guys are interested in supporting me further, you're more than welcome to do so by going to my Patreon link. The link is in the description below. And I shall see you guys the next time around. Bye for now.